with reports emerging that King Charles III has firmly ruled out any suggestion of a part-time royal role for Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Shockwaves are rippling through the royal world. Behind the grand walls of Buckingham Palace, a quiet but decisive moment has unfolded, one that insiders are calling the most final royal judgment in years. At the center of it all stands Meghan Markle, now facing a reality she never truly believed would arrive. For months, tensions simmered in silence. Publicly, everything appeared calm, but privately, pressure was building. According to palace insiders, King Charles III had been watching closely, choosing patience over reaction. He listened, observed, and waited, hoping the situation would resolve itself naturally. But what he saw instead was a growing pattern, one that threatened the monarchy's control over its own image. Senior advisors became increasingly concerned about how Meghan Markle was presenting herself in public appearances, brand teasers, and carefully worded messaging, subtle references to royal life, symbolic language, and projects that blurred the line between private celebrity and royal institution raised alarms. One advisor reportedly warned the king that the monarchy risked being split into two versions, one official and one unofficial. That warning changed everything. What followed was a rare internal lockdown at Buckingham Palace. High-level meetings were held involving senior communications teams, legal experts, protocol officers, and members of the Privy Council. These were not emotional discussions. Every public move linked to Meghan Markle was reviewed calmly and methodically. Appearances were analyzed frame by frame, words weighed carefully, and long-term consequences debated in detail. By the final meeting, the atmosphere had shifted. According to those present, King Charles III entered with a calm but unshakable resolve. When the discussions ended, he closed the chapter with a simple sentence that carried enormous weight. This chapter must end. When the decision reached Montecito, California, it came without ceremony. There was no public announcement, no dramatic letter, no warning leaked to the press. The message was delivered privately and directly. Sources say Meghan Markle was stunned at first. There was disbelief, followed by panic. This was not a pause or a correction. It was final. The window she believed would always remain slightly open had been shut completely. Prince Harry was informed first, not as favoritism, but as respect. Insiders say his reaction was emotional, but restrained. He asked for time. He asked if the decision could be softened. But King Charles III did not move. For Prince Harry, it was a painful realization that this was no longer a family disagreement. It was an institutional boundary. Palace insiders reveal the final written directive included 3 decisive points. First, Meghan Markle is no longer permitted to reference, imply, or attach herself to the monarchy in future projects without explicit written permission. Second, all remaining informal royal courtesies, quiet privileges never publicly discussed have been fully revoked. Third, the palace will no longer intervene to shield her from controversies. Silence, insiders say, no longer means protection. Silence now means boundary. Inside Montecito, the reaction was immediate. Emergency meetings were called. Public relations advisors, brand strategists, and legal consultants scrambled to assess the fallout. Some urged calm and restraint. Others pushed for reclaiming the narrative through media appearances or major projects. One thing was clear. Meghan Markle does not remain silent when cornered. As whispers leaked beyond palace walls, international media took notice. Headlines grew bolder. Royal analysts debated the implications on global platforms. Supporters of Meghan Markle criticized the move as harsh, while critics of the Sussexes called it long overdue. Through it all, Buckingham Palace said nothing. A silence louder than any statement. For King Charles III, this was not about punishment. It was about preservation, protecting the monarchy's future, its structure, and its narrative in an age of influencer culture and personal branding. For Prince Harry, it deepened the divide between the family he was born into and the life he chose. And for Meghan Markle, it marked a turning point. One where she must navigate the future without royal association or protection. Two quiet words now echo through royal history. It's over. What happens next depends entirely on how Meghan Markle chooses to respond. Will she pivot with restraint, or will she challenge the silence? One thing is certain. The monarchy has drawn its line, and the world is watching what comes next.